Ladies and gentlemen, as you are undoubtedly aware, the Amhara region of Ethiopia has become a focal point for a protracted and exceedingly intense conflict, pitting the Amhara Fano forces against the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF. Over the past several days, we have been inundated with a barrage of updates from various sources, each shedding light on the rapidly evolving and escalating situation in this region. In this video, we will endeavor to provide you with a comprehensive overview of these developments. A mere 2 days ago, I had the occasion to inform you about the commencement of heavy combat operations in the periphery of Lalibela city, with particular emphasis on the areas of Bibala and Kulmek. During that time, Fano forces proudly proclaimed their entry into Bibala and their subsequent acquisition of control over it, marking a momentous turning point in the course of this conflict. However, the latest updates we have received from credible sources indicate that, for the third consecutive day, heavy fighting continues to rage on in the outskirts of Lalibela city, with Bibala city being a focal point of this conflict. Reports suggest that more ENDF soldiers have been deployed to the Lalibela front and its vicinity, underscoring the gravity of the situation. The fighting is described as exceptionally intense, with Amhara Fano forces showing unwavering determination to wrest control of Lalibela city from the ENDF. In their quest to gain dominance, Amhara Fano soldiers have been making concerted efforts to enter Lalibela city from various directions. However, it is important to note that, according to reports, Lalibela city remains under the control of the Ethiopian National Defense Forces at this juncture. The continued hostilities in the Amhara region, particularly in and around Lalibela, have raised concerns about the safety and well-being of the local population. In addition to the ongoing conflict in the Amhara region, there have been reports indicating a complex and multifaceted dimension to the situation. It appears that in several areas, Amhara militias have chosen not to align themselves with the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF, in the fight against the Amhara Fano forces, leading to a series of intricate developments. According to the updates we have received, there is significant resistance among Amhara militias in various locations against participating in hostilities alongside the ENDF. In particular, areas like Sanka, Mechari, Woinye, Wanzai, Woldia, and Malal, which are situated in northern Shua, have witnessed Amhara militias refusing to engage in combat against the Amhara Fano forces. In response to this resistance, reports suggest that the ENDF has taken actions against the militias in Malal, Woini, and Wanzai. It has been reported that arrests have been made among the militias who refuse to fight alongside the ENDF. This has further escalated the tension in these areas as the relationship between Amhara militias and the ENDF becomes increasingly strained. Furthermore, the complexity of the situation deepens as we move to different regions. In Koladeba, located in Gonda, a particularly disturbing incident has been reported. Allegedly, the ENDF took a teacher named Wanda, brutally broke his leg, and then murdered him on the streets. In another heartbreaking incident, they prevented a child from receiving essential medical care, justifying their actions by claiming that she was a family member of a Fano fighter. Tragically, the young girl lost her life due to the lack of medical attention. These distressing accounts highlight the multifaceted nature of the conflict in the Amhara region, where allegiances and motivations are intertwined with acts of violence and resistance. In addition to the complex conflict dynamics in the Amhara region, there have been deeply troubling incidents involving travelers hailing from the Amhara region itself. These incidents have centered around encounters with Oromia security forces and have resulted in these individuals being denied entry into the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa, adding another layer of complexity to the ongoing crisis. According to reports, travelers on their way to Addis Ababa via Debre Berhan faced a sudden and unexpected turn of events as they were rerouted back to the Amhara region. This distressing incident occurred at the Fano checkpoint, which is situated less than 10 kilometers from the capital. Eyewitness accounts provided by a reporter suggest that security personnel, donned in the uniforms of Oromia region's special forces, subjected travelers to rigorous scrutiny of their identification documents. Shockingly, they appeared to discriminate based on ethnicity, selectively denying entry to Addis Ababa to individuals of Amhara ethnicity. The repercussions of this incident were far-reaching, affecting a diverse spectrum of individuals, including those with urgent medical appointments in the capital and university students who were eager to resume their studies after a 2-month hiatus. Notably, some of these stranded travelers lacked the financial means to cover the expenses of their return journey to the Amhara region. What is deeply troubling about these incidents is that many of the individuals subjected to such treatment were not suspected of any wrongdoing or involvement in criminal activities. This pattern of discrimination and exclusion along the routes between Addis Ababa and Mekelle, as well as between Addis Ababa and Gojam, targeting ethnic Amhara Ethiopians, has become a recurring and distressing trend. As of now, the Ethiopian government has not provided an official statement or response to these developments, leaving many questions unanswered. Critics have leveled accusations against Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's administration, as well as the authorities in Addis Ababa, suggesting that they may be tacitly endorsing these actions by implying that those traveling to the capital have ulterior motives aimed at destabilizing the government. It's important to note that Abiy Ahmed's administration has already detained thousands of ethnic Amhara individuals, both in Addis Ababa and the Oromia region. These detentions followed the government's declaration of a state of emergency in August 2023, ostensibly in response to an invitation from the Amhara regional state. Despite the federal government's claims of restoring normalcy in most parts of the Amhara region, the fact that the conflict persists in numerous areas underscores the enduring complexity and challenges that Ethiopia continues to grapple with. These incidents involving travelers from the Amhara region only add to the multifaceted nature of the crisis. Before we conclude this update, we'd like to encourage you to stay tuned for further developments on this complex and evolving situation. Your continued interest and engagement are essential in staying informed about events in the Amhara region and Ethiopia as a whole. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. By subscribing, you ensure that you receive timely updates on this and other critical issues.